We are testing it out. Um, Man, I wanted somebody on our Facebook to try to send us a star. I'm just kidding. I don't even know how that works. But I think you have to like buy them. Well, let me see where Nina's at. Don't, if anybody's watching, don't leave. No, holla. Hi. I'm all
Hi.
hi. How are
You
you?
can't see me very good right here.
It's okay. I'm all. I know. I had to. I had to invest in my ring light. I can never get good. Okay, there we go. I'm all. There we go. Okay, cool. Hi. How are you?
Here, I'm good. I should probably go inside. Hold on. I just didn't want any noise or anything, so let's see here. Okay. Is this okay?
Yeah, that's fine. How are you?
I'm nervous. I did not know it was gonna be my face.
I'm all. Don't. I'm all. Don't be nervous. I'm all. Don't be nervous. It's like me and you were just in a room together. I'm all. Well, because
Okay.
nobody else is watching right now, right?
No. Okay.
But they will be later, so it's fine.
Okay.
So first I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and for anybody who is watching, this is the Behind Bars podcast, behind bars in the 505 podcast, and this is a new edition chapter that we are
Uh,
doing.
yeah.
uh it is called
Yes.
Grave from Graves to Gardens, and
Okay.
our this is our second guest, Brittany.
Sorry, Nina called me.
Oh, that's fine. Well, that's fine. Uh, I'm gonna let you explain a little bit about yourself. You tell me about where you're from and just a little bit about your journey. Like about, I want you to start like probably from your addiction and then how you got to where you're at. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can you can share as much as you like or as little as you like. Like I'm not like pressing you to tell me everything, but whatever you feel comfortable. Okay.
Okay. Um. So I started using drugs at 12. I used marijuana first, and I started drinking a lot. I had a childhood trauma that really detoured my whole life. I think, and the older I got, the more rebellious I got, the more defiant I got. And I started using cocaine at 16, and at 18, I found meth, and I instantly fell in love with meth. Like it really just numbed me. I didn't have to feel anything. I didn't have to feel crappy or shitty for like the choices I was making and the things I was doing to hurt my family. Uh, I got pregnant with my son at 19, and I really tried to stay sober. I went and got my GED. I graduated the GED class the first time around, but I just couldn't quit using even when I was pregnant, you know? And I think that my family kind of just turned a blind eye in a way because they just didn't want to believe that I would do something so terrible. So it was never really addressed. And then I had my son, and I tried to go to college. His dad was very abusive, and he just wasn't letting me do that. He wouldn't let me go to school and know that my son was taken care of. Like, so I dropped out and just continued using for the whole first year of my son's life. And finally, like, he really beat me up good one time. Like the last time we were together, he almost killed me, and you know I and he ended up going to jail, and I moved in with my mom. And shortly after that, she took my son because I was using, and she could see it. And at the time, I blamed her for that. I was really angry with her for a long time. Like I just couldn't understand why she would want to hurt me so bad. It took me many years later when I found out, like for myself, that she wasn't hurting me. She was helping him because he was innocent. Like
Yeah.
that was hard for her. That's what she between her daughter and my son.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Um, I moved to Oklahoma. I tried to get my shit together when my dad moved there, and I ended up meeting my daughter's dad and having another child in the same situation. Using abusive relationship. Yeah, the same cycle repeated over. And when I had her, I think I had already given up because, like, on hope that I was going to keep her. Like, I already foresaw this in my mind of losing her too, you know? So at first, I didn't really have a bond with her.
What is that echo? Hold on, there's like a little echo real
Is it
quick,
me?
but there wasn't a minute ago. I don't know what it is.
Is it me?
I don't know. I don't hear it anymore.
Was it me? I put mine's on. I put mine's on mute. Someone put mine's on mute until.
Okay.
Wait, so we're not live yet, or are we?
No, we're
Yeah,
live.
we are.
So people are watching right now?
No, people are so there is opportunity, but no people are watching right this minute. And if some people are watching to YouTube, sometimes I can't see them. So if somebody's
Okay.
watching, I might not be able to see.
Okay. So
You're fine.
I'll fast forward to the first time, well, the second time.
Can you tell me? Wait, can you tell me just a little bit about how you met Nina and like how
Yeah.
you like found out about the like her like the program, because that's important. The message that we have there, that there's the availability for people to get help like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My friend Jolie passed away, and my other friend Ruben went to her funeral, and so he knows Spring, and Spring knows Nina. Like, so they made that connection that way, and he was like we were both miserable, and people were dying around us, and he was just like, let's go to treatment, like let's go. And I was like, yes, let's go. Like, so I called Nina, and I told her every day how miserable I was, and I just waited, and then it got worse. Like, I went to jail. I had all the wrong people around me, people I was being loyal to that did not care about me at all. Had they cared about me, they wouldn't have had that, like, traffic at my house, or allowed, people to be there that wouldn't respect my house. And when I got out of jail, I was like, oh, I just told her, I was like, I got out of jail because I'm on parole, so it was already really bad. Like, and I was like, Nina, please get me out of here. Like, I have to go. Like, I'm gonna go back to jail if I don't. And it was 2 weeks later, maybe a week later, and she was like, okay, they got a plane. They're ready for you. And then I missed 3 planes that day. I was supposed to
Oh
leave.
my god.
Once I found out that I could reschedule the flight for free as soon as I was late, I took advantage of that. I was like all 3 planes that day. And finally they were like, okay, the next flight you have to make it or they're going to be done with you. And I was like, okay. So at 5 a.m. I boarded a plane from Amarillo to Dallas. And then in Dallas, I missed my flight to LA on accident. Like, the gate changed so fast. Like, I was at the B gate, and then I was supposed to be at D, and it, like, I had to get all the way across the airport. So, but luckily there's a flight every hour, and I finally got to LAX, and this weird, creepy guy named Kenny just took my bags and was wheeling towards a van, and I'm like, dude, he didn't tell me anything. His name, like, we were already worried about human trafficking and shit. So I was like, I called the guy with less than I know, and I was like, if his name doesn't match what you're gonna tell me, I'm not going with him. Like, not doing it. But it did match, and he took me to a really big house on a hill, and it was very, very pretty. And I was scared, but I wasn't. I was ready to just do something different. Like, 2,000 miles is enough room between me and going back quickly to, relapse or change my mind. Like, I had to put that much distance in between me and Amarillo as much as I could.
Whole geographical change. That's what did it for
Yeah.
me. So, like, that's, like.
I bet you it was crazy when you got into LAX, and then because it's huge, and then you're like meeting this person, and he's like,
Yeah, some weird
rushing
guy
into
just
the
took. He
car.
didn't even tell me where he was from. He didn't tell me nothing. I was like, no, like, no.
You're like, I'm getting out of this car right now without my bags. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
no, I wasn't getting in until I made sure, like, that was his name.
Well, like, it's for real. There's literally stuff like that going on. But Nina is like the safest person for anything stuff like that to be going on.
Yeah.
Her platform that she has is very safe. So yeah, but
Very safe.
that's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, like, we're not. with all that whole body broken or paying people to go to treatment. There's so many people that go to treatment and they get paid to go to treatment. I didn't get paid to go to treatment, and I stayed away from all that type of stuff the whole time. So like
Oh,
that's
they pay you to go to treatment? What? No, I'm just kidding.
the
Yeah, it's bad. I've experienced a little bit of that. The first sober house I went to after treatment, it was not structured. There was no like infrastructure of like help to get anywhere. Like Naomi and I were walking everywhere. There was no doctor. Like it was literally they're just using people for money, and it's not Nina's fault. Like the person that she worked with, he dropped the ball on that. Like because the half owner of the house was using in the house. Like I found drugs in front of a dryer, and when I started making waves, they kicked me out because my insurance didn't cover it. But me and Naomi had the same insurance. They were just mad I was making waves, but it was my safety at that point. Like he was using my drug of choice in the house. So if I had a bad day, I knew right where to go.
Right?
It's
Wow.
crazy. It's so crazy.
and I went through the same type of things.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, like I'm still sober, and what made me
Mhm.
stronger was being away and finding the right place. And there are the right places out
Oh
there
yeah.
that
Yes, I
badass places.
definitely found the right place. As soon as I got there, I felt home. Like I was home. I was safe, and I stayed sober. I didn't use. I didn't like do that whole like justification thing. Like everyone else is getting high, I'm gonna do it. No, I had already worked too hard, and when I got to where I'm at now, like it was instant. Like I felt like I was family. It's 100% sober. There's no weed friendly. Like, and that's what I need for me because I know one will lead to another, will lead to another.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. I know. I feel like that's what's really important, the message of you coming out being recovered. You know what I mean? Because you had a hard life and you tried to self medicate and you tried to numb yourself for many years. And now you're working through all that stuff, and being sober is very hard. It's very, very hard. So I give you a lot of credit for that. How many days clean are you?
76 today. Yeah.
Hey, high five!
That's
That's what's.
exciting. Yeah, that's so exciting.
I'm so proud of you, Brittany.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for Nina. Like I never would have even dreamed of coming to treatment in California of all places. Like, and when she was like, when we would talk, because we only met face to face, like, well, on Messenger went like shortly, just a little bit ago. So I had only been talking to her on the phone, and she's telling me her story, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, I need that. Like, because there are people, like, the cops in Amarillo, they are just literally the day before I came, they pulled me over, they harassed me, and they kept my driver's license. He knew I was going to get on a plane the next day. He kept my driver's license, like, and he said he gave it back. No, you didn't. Like, I may have been using, but I wasn't a messy user. Like, I knew I have credit cards in my wallet, and I know that ID goes in the same place. Like, you didn't give it back. It's crazy.
Wow.
Like, they don't care. The parole didn't care. I was begging them for help, and like right now they're mad that I left, but they wouldn't help me. Like, I had to
Right.
help
That's
myself.
what
They
that's
did
what's blessed
not
about.
care.
Oh,
So,
that's amazing to hear your story and to know that, that it's a success. Like, I feel like that's why it's important for us to be able to talk about the experiences that you went through. And sometimes they're hard, to talk about that stuff because it's not easy to be able to like relive our past or like the things that we've gone through, but being able to talk about those things is what is making you stronger. So every time that you tell that story, you remember that you become a little bit more desensitized to it and it doesn't affect you as much. You know what I mean? So it's good for you to be able to get all your stuff out there and to let other people know that there is help. I would like you to talk and tell us a little bit about the house and about like your program and stuff that you did over there.
Yeah, so I did 37 days in treatment, and it was called Lighthouse, and it was like a mansion on a hill. It was so beautiful. It was such a peaceful environment. Like, they focus every day, even on the weekends. You have group, like there's some kind of group going on. There's outings, like they're really trying to give you. Like there was food was provided, so you don't have to worry about nothing. They're trying to give you a space where you can just take care of yourself, and then once I got to this company, Sober Living, it's called Higher Vision. Like I saw a doctor right away. They got me on the right meds. I got just everything is so much better. There's structure. There's actual IOP. There's like they don't want just your money. They're not just using people for their money. They're all in recovery. They all care so much. Like I'm so blessed to have found them.
Awesome.
Good. That's amazing. I'm very glad to be able to like just hear the stories because I know that there's a lot of people out there that need help, you know what I mean? And there's not a lot of outlets, but Nina's literally like she's literally almost doing this for free. She doesn't even like get paid or like she's
Yeah,
not at a point right now where she could be like really successful. The only success that she sees is in your guys' stories, you know what I mean? And your guys' stories are so important to her. And I feel like that's why I would like to highlight them in our podcast because I feel just like that's important. You know what I mean? If people are seeking help and they can't get it wherever, they can look, here at Nina's program and be able to get help. And that's, I feel like that's so amazing.
Yeah, I've tried to help her make the connection with the higher ups in this company so that she can have a safe place to send people and know that they're like from detox all the way to sober living, they're gonna be taken care of. So
Yeah.
we're working on that and I'm glad I could make that connection.
yes.
Oh, that's good. Well, see, because like everything happens for a reason, right? Like the creator, God, whatever, he puts all those cogs in place so that everybody can be like a moving part, right? So
Hmm.
you're gonna be able to play part in the success story and say, hey, I was able to hook her up with the like good medical, like that's really cool. That's something to be very proud of. Are there so you're
Making
in like
connections
an
in the right
IO
way.
yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
Not in the bad way. Not in
not
the
in a
bad way.
All
bad
We're
way.
right.
good connected. We're good connected.
Is this an IOP house that you're in, or what is the house you're in now? Where do you go after this place?
I'm in a sober living house. They have several different detoxes and they're opening up a new one. So right now we're all kind of being shifted around to get everyone who's in detox and then in, sober living or the next step, PHP, I think it's called. And then as you go through and get some more sober time and stuff, they help you get a job within their community. They have like they'll hire you as a tech or they have house managers that drive people, anything. Even like if you need extra money, you can clean the house and they'll help you, in some way.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
So is it kind of like a tier system where you guys are doing like a certain amount of days and then you go to another step and then you do a
yeah,
certain amount or
yeah.
whatever? Well,
They
just
do,
because I don't know how the program works and I'm just
yeah,
trying
they
to like,
do anywhere from 30 to like 45 days in detox, like a medical detox. So, you have people checking on you all the time because some people are detoxing from dangerous drugs like fentanyl or like alcohol is really a bad one if you're not being watched. So they do round the clock meds and checks on you. And then you go to groups. And then once you complete the detox successfully, they'll move you to the sober living. And that
oh,
one is a big mansion. There's like 12 rooms, a guest house. It's crazy big. And I'm in a different house that they have. It's a nice house still, but it's closer to my job where I'm going to work. So we have a little bit more freedom, but there's still cameras, and we still have to go to group every day. We still have to go to meetings. We have to have our sponsor working a program. Like you can't just sit around and do nothing. Like it's serious stuff
so you guys are like productive all the time. You're
all the time.
programming and well, because
Mm,
I want people to know like it's not you're not just going and sitting around or you know what I mean. Like you
yeah,
guys are fully programming, and if you're not programming, like you're probably doing like work or classes
yeah,
or like chores or whatever. Because I know that they have a lot of chores. When I did it's RDAP when I was locked up in prison and I think Nina did it too. Nina was a mentor. She did more than I did. She was, I think, an IOP mentor. Yeah, Nina.
Yeah, I was a head mentor in IOP.
And it's kind of like that program. I think it's based off those programs, right, Nina?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing. Like it was just crazy how like I took my experience from being in prison to being working there at the detox and sober living, and it's like to be a house manager, which she probably could be a house manager, or you could level up within the house too. You know what I mean? To have certain jobs and stuff to be able to work in the industry of
Hmm.
addictions, like
They'll
and
help you
treatment
get like certified in the what's it
for your
called?
rad T, your
Yeah.
all that.
Oh, that's
I got my
good.
rad T and I was working as a tech, and that's the same thing. Like I tried to let other people know, like, hey, if you need help on that area, I know which routes to take because I did it as well. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's awesome.
Okay, so
Okay,
how do I share this so that like my people can watch, or can they?
so I'm gonna, once this is done and we're finished going live, I will send you and Nina both a copy, okay? And
Okay,
then I'll post it on our Facebook. And anybody who wants to stream or watch this episode or previous episodes, they could watch on our Facebook page or on the YouTube channel.
okay.
Thank you. Like three people joined. I don't know if they share it was your people or Nina's people, but like three people joined in the last 2 days. I was all wow. Well, because usually I have like one person a week. No, just kidding. So yeah, a few people joined. I wanted to ask you, Brittany. So, what are your next steps? What do you think? Because you're in your next healing recovery. What are your next? What do you plan to do next, and what do you want to do with your life? Well,
Um,
because I feel like it's a new beginning for you. You know what I mean? The
yeah,
world is open to whatever you want to do, and
yes. So I have like a year of parole left, but like they can't send me back to prison. I did all my prison time. Like I did 6 years before this, so they can't necessarily send me back. And I haven't heard from any like either way like what's happening. So I'm taking
where
that
did you do time at?
in Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so it's called post prison supervision. So like when I interstate compacted to Texas, they treat me like I'm on parole, but they can't put me in prison. So I haven't heard back on anything. So I'm just gonna stay here as long as I can. I just got a job yesterday. Amazing Lash Studio is they do eyelash extensions. I have my cosmetology license, so I'm
Oh,
gonna stay
cool.
to do that, and I'm just gonna save my money and I'm gonna keep on the recovery and like helping Nina get people here and helping people stay out of the bad places here because there's horror stories I've heard. They go as far as drugging people to take them back to detox so that they can get more money. It's
Are you
terrible.
serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like there is a crazy side of it. That's why
There's a,
I'm all wait. Explain this to me because I'm all what?
well, just I just know the stories of like the owners that I work with that they're all in recovery, but they say they some places they will only use you for your money and then purposely like drug you and so you can go back to detox to make them more money.
hmm
But this
Wow.
program that she's got and that I'm in, it's
solid.
it's solid. Yes, it's a blessing, and they care, and they're like they scholarship people. So even if your insurance doesn't cover, like they'll still find you a place, and they'll still pay for it, and they just want to help. Like
hmm
so,
That's what I wanted to talk about. I want people to know that like it's totally free. Like you don't gotta put anything out of your
mm-mm.
pocket. You never put anything out of your pocket, Brittany. It was all paid for, and you never spent a dime or anything. And you guys, Nina is able to help, like get it's like a scholarship or whatever it is, like
Mm-hmm.
granted to you guys.
Yeah, yes. And even though I missed 3 planes, like they still kept like because they're not cheap. Airplane tickets aren't cheap. Like it's not cheap to feed everyone. Like you don't pay for no any food. You don't have to do anything. They take you on outings in detox and
They
this
get you
like
vapes.
yeah, they get you vapes. We went to Six Flags 2 weeks ago, like and we got the
Oh
like
wow.
we got to cut everyone even with the flash pass. We got like disability passes because we're all crazy. And we got to cut even those people like and we went to the museum. Like it's good. To the beach.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nina, what's up, bro? You gotta get one of those things over here. I want to be cutting everybody up the life with the whole rehab crew. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, for
And
real,
we
for
could be
real.
having retreats and spas and all kinds of shit. Be writing it off for the new year. Bro, you better get on it, man. I'm over here all pumping her up. Well, because like this is a real something that we could do here. Like, there's a lot of addiction here in New Mexico. Like
Yeah.
it's epic. Like right now, the fentanyl is crazy, but even before this, it's always been like if it wasn't heroin and cocaine, and then it was meth. You know what I mean? Or
Well, and
before
nowadays
that,
it's
yeah.
literally a Russian roulette game now because everything is being cut with fentanyl. People are dying from smoking weed with fentanyl, taking Xanax that's cut with fentanyl. It's just it's literally life and death. Like you cannot know if you're gonna die, and that's scary. It's so scary, and I hope that I get strong enough, and I know I will, but it could be a while. But I would love to go back and help her get more things like that in that area, and in Amarillo too. There's not a big recovery community there. There's really not anything going on. Like they're putting you in jail because they don't care. Like they don't care. People who have addiction are going to jail when they should be getting treated.
We need to work on a curriculum or something to go into the high schools to teach the young kids about the pressed pills with fentanyl,
Yes.
because so that they know the difference. If you're trying to do that or like whatever, know what you're doing. Know that if you want to play around with your life, you could die because
Yeah.
everything now is pressed with fentanyl, like
Well, and
literally. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
know about New Mexico, but I know in Texas it's illegal to even buy testing strips for fentanyl. Like you can't even buy them. I don't even know if they sell Narcan around there. Like it's just so crazy. It's crazy.
That's wild. Yeah, it's gonna get worse, like I never thought that it would be like worse than like cocaine and heroin and all that shit. But come on, like the fentanyl is so crazy now, and like I don't know. Is there
It,
something else gonna be worse? Or you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's so bad right now
It's
anyways,
bad.
It
And
is.
that's
It's
what,
very
like, I have people dying, almost like 3 people this week, but I mean, one from heroin, one from, I mean, other stuff. Like, it's just so many people are dying from this addiction stuff. Like, it's very, like, to have a different outlet to be able to get a whole geographical change and to get yourself trained to doing something differently and getting in the consistency of doing that, then whenever you get back to where you're from, you're like, wait a minute, like
yeah.
this, I don't take those same roads no more. I don't do that same shit no more. That ain't what I'm with. You know what I mean?
It's the tools you need to learn different ways to cope, you know. And I lost my cousin when I was in treatment, and had I been home, that would have been another excuse to use. He struggled for a long time, you know, and he made a permanent decision on temporary emotions. I've had several friends, you know, also take their own life, and it's like I understand that because I've been there. Like I was not even the drugs weren't working anymore. I was just miserable. I just wanted to go to sleep and never wake up. Like that's where I was at right before I came here.
There was another plan for you, though. You know that, right? No, and that's for you to be here talking about your story and possibly saving someone's life. You know what I mean? Someone could see this and be like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get help," or maybe I could reach out and possibly go to this program. And I think that's what's really important about like this message, and us getting the word out about Nina's program and the programs that you guys are going through. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about, I don't remember. I forgot. It was important too. No.
Yeah, well, our stories are important, and we find all the time in group that we can all relate in some way or another. And I've actually a girl was gonna leave early, and because I went to treatment last year, and I left early. I didn't do sober living. I wasn't completely ready, and every excuse she gave me, I had a counter. Like, no, this is what happened when I left. This happened. This happened. Like, and she ended up staying, and she's coming to sober living, and I'm so happy. Like that, my experiences don't have to be someone else's, and they can learn from my mistakes because they happened, and I am here for a reason. All like so many times I should have been dead. Like all the crap I've been through, and the situations I put myself in, I shouldn't be here. So it's definitely all for a reason.
I definitely agree with you because when we're living in that crazy life, we don't never know. You know what I mean? We are here right now, and we could be gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's definitely not promised, and oh yes, I was gonna talk about a friend who reached out to me, and I even feel guilty. Like I feel guilty because they tried to call me and then they died like the next day or whatever. And I still feel guilty behind that. You know what I mean? Because maybe if I would have answered the phone, maybe they went to whatever. You know what I mean? Like because when someone is using, you feel bad about that, you know. But I just when because when you've been in addiction, I've been in addiction, and I know that being sober and being clean has been like the best like decision I've ever made in my life, and where it's continued to got better. You know what I mean? Like even if it's hard at the beginning, you know that there's like that light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? And I'm so proud of you and everything that you're accomplishing, and the way that you're trying to line up things for Nina, and you guys continue to work together because it's going to make a solid foundation. You know what I mean? And to be able to you don't worry so much about that stuff that's going on because it's gonna all resolve itself, Brittany. The stuff that's going on with their parole and whatever that whole year, it's gonna work itself out because God is seeing how you're working on everything and whatever, and it's gonna figure itself out. You know what I mean? It's just something in the back of your head that's like
It's
moving or
not
whatever.
though. Like honestly, it's not. I have completely surrendered this time, and that's the difference in all the other times I tried to get sober. I gave everything up. My house. I had a house. I was still kind of functioning, like not as good as I thought, but I was, I was kind of making it. But I gave all that up, and so I made no way for it to go back because I just don't belong there anymore. Like, and I'm not worried about none of that. Like as long as I'm doing the right thing, I know I'm gonna be blessed, and God's gonna take care of me because I've
Amen.
it's been proven to me over and over and over and over again. So yeah, all that other stuff. It's if I have to go back, I have to go back and go to jail. But at least I'm gonna be sober.
That's good. That's well, hey, that's really good, you know? So how much time did you do?
6 years, day for day.
That's a lot of time. Is Oregon time hard? Well, because I don't know.
It could have been because I chose a different route in prison. I tried drugs and I was like, nope, this isn't for me. I went to cosmetology school. I taught cosmetology school. So I did my time in a way it was quick. I mean, it was long but quick because I made the right choices in there and I got out and I had healed my family in that time. Like those 6 years, I caused a lot of damage before that. In that time, I healed everything. I came home with a clean slate and I just got too comfortable. I got too confident. I never wanted to use again, and I still ended up using. It's so crazy, like, but I wasn't working a program. I wasn't, working with a sponsor, none of that, and that is the key. It's doing the steps. It's staying in the fellowship. It's staying out of yourself. You have to have all three of the triangle. It has to be a balance, and that's just the difference this time. I'm just doing whatever my sponsor tells me, and I'm doing whatever the group facilitators tell me, and I'm doing a lot of therapy for my past traumas. So I'm excited about that. Just to heal, completely heal.
That's amazing. It's really awesome to hear your story
Awesome.
and like just be here to facilitate other people hearing it. And I know that you're gonna touch lives with this, and they're gonna be like, "Look, she did it. I could do it," or you know what I mean. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the message out there that it's possible. We all come from being addicts, like literally all three of us, you know what I mean? And we're all sober and we're all doing it. And we all literally were in prison. I did 9 years. How many years did you do, Nina?
I did a bunch of multiple stretches, not three and a
That's
half
hey,
years.
probably nine all put together. No, I'm just kidding. But
Probably no,
they're
I think it's
different.
11 altogether.
That's a lot. Oh, that's a lot. And then Brittany did 6. That's with all of our time put together. You know what I mean? We should probably be dead. No,
For
well,
real.
you know, because when we're out there living that life, we're going hard. You know what I mean? I was out there and I sold drugs. I did a lot of
Mhm.
things that I should have gotten probably even more time for it. I should probably still be in prison. You know what I mean? For a lot of the things that I did and I never got caught for. And I'm just grateful that I was able to turn my life around and to be able to be give back, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's why our platform is important for to tell Britney's story, to let people know the Game Changer program, that it's on the ball and it's moving and it's changing lives, literally, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hmm.
And I'm trying, I know I have one success at getting someone here. So I'm glad that she's in detox right now, and I'm really hopeful that more people will want to come. And I tell them like it's 30 days at least. It's a 30-day vacation. If you want to go back to being miserable, they'll send you home. But I know you're gonna want to stay. Like, it just feels too good to be sober. And in California, the weather's great. I don't have no wind. It's not cold. Like I feel bad for y'all over there.
Ah, it's bad
I
over
know it's
here.
all snowing over here. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
nope.
ready to go to the rehab. No, I'm just kidding.
I know I'm all
Hey,
freaking
Oh yeah.
beat up and everything.
Here, I
hey,
can
just to
show
get a
you.
30-day vacation. No, I'm just kidding.
I can
What
show
was
you
I
my
going to
backyard. I
tell
have a pool and a hot tub.
you? The weather's beautiful over there all year round, huh?
Yes, it's so nice.
She's all, it's so nice. You'll probably never leave, right?
No, and eventually I do have kids I want to go back home to, but I'm just not ready. I don't know if
Yeah,
you can see
right.
it's kind of dark.
And you make sure that you stay and you do everything that until you're ready, you know,
Can't
because
really see. It's too dark.
that's so neat. Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate you. Do you have anything else you want to share? Or maybe like if somebody's out there struggling and they think they can't get clean, maybe you have a message for them?
Just don't be scared of the unknown. Like it's scary to be this far away, but it's worth it. Like you have to get separation. Like when I came home from treatment last year, it's because I was in Lubbock. I Ubered home. I literally Ubered home early, and you have to you have to want it. You have to want it, and but it's attainable. It's one day at a time. Like it's really hard, but it's worth it if you want to live. I want to live. The last options I have are death because I've already been to jail. I've already been to institutions. Like the next step is death for me, and I just want to. I don't want to die.
Oh, that's great. Amal, that's an amazing message. And I really feel like you're going to make it. You
Yes.
have your head on successfully and you've been through enough. And, you know, sometimes we just have to hit the bottom of the barrel a couple of times. Or, you know what I mean?
The
Well,
bottom
because,
fell
like,
out a few times too.
oh, that's so I'm so like happy to hear that you're doing good and that you have like a plan to move forward and everything's gonna work out for you.
Yes, me too.
Do you have anything you want to say, Nina?
I don't have nothing to say. I'm just so proud of you and just happy that I was able to help you in this area and just be part of your coming to better and doing right. You know,
Well,
you
I'm so
already know.
grateful for a stranger that took a chance. Like I'm a white girl, like you know what I mean. I don't even know if we ever would have met like any other way, except for my friend Jolie passing away. And I've met Naomi is my like best friend now. Like, and that's another thing that
My
never would have
cousin.
happened.
Oh, that's my cousin. I love her.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's with her sponsor right now, but we've been out here thugging it out together. Like we had a you know we had a really bad time in that other sober house. Like we had to walk everywhere. There was no help, but we had each other. And now she's with me. She's here, so she's safe. Like, and we're able to help each other and support each other. And I have a sister for life now. I have two of them.
that's
Hey.
cool. That's so cool. That is so cool. I'm so glad to just like be able to facilitate your story being told. I'm so grateful for you being our second guest on our this is a new series that we're doing. We're going to be having next week. I'm hoping that we can get, it's Precious, right, Nina?
Yes, it's Precious.
Next week we're trying to have Precious on for the third. She'll be our third guest on. This is like a new kind of series that we're trying to do on Behind Bars to just open it up there, because our platform is to anybody who's been out there. If you guys would have like some kind of need for mental health awareness or whatever, like I'd be so willing to do a podcast about anything, like whatever our community needs. That is what this platform is here for. And I'm just excited to help facilitate Nina's program and to get the word out to people that are in need. And you know that like this is a good platform for it. I'm so happy for you, Brittany, and I know that you're going to be very successful. You keep in touch with us, and once I hit the end button, I'm going to send you and Nina a copy. And I'm just very grateful for you coming on. And I just feel like your story is going to impact a lot of people because it's very raw and real. And you were honest about a lot of the stuff you've been through. And people need to hear stuff like that to know that they can make it. You know what I mean?
Thank you for having me. I was scared, but it's okay.
Yeah, I told her, hey, Nina, I told her it's just like you and me being in the room. No, just kidding. Yeah. Well, because it's really, it is kind of like when I first started, I was really nervous too, but I guess because I've done like 60 of them, I'm not really nervous no more. But I still, even there's sometimes that I do get a little like, when I'm asking the questions, I'm a little robotic, and then I have to remember not to talk over you guys or whatever. But I think we did really good, and I'm so grateful to you, Brittany. I wish you the best in all of good luck in life, and I feel like you're going to be very, very successful. And I'm very happy that you have Nina's cousin out there. You guys are out there doing it together, because that's important. You know what I mean? That you guys are supporting each other when you're on your journey like that you have someone. That's very special.
It is very special. And in a year from now, I want to do it again, so y'all can I can tell you about all the amazing things that have happened, because I know that it's
Yes,
gonna be amazing.
I love that. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm gonna put it on my calendar right now. No, just kidding. Awesome. Thank you so much for being my guest and being our guest on Behind Bars in the 505. And this is one of our new editions that we're having. It's like a new chapter that we're having on our podcast. It's called From Graves to Gardens. And that is, we'll be having our third guest hopefully next week. Stay tuned. No, just kidding.
And then Naomi after that. She's gonna have to do it.
Naomi, you need to get her on too, Nina. Don't forget. Yes, or you, Brittany, one of you guys.
She's gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna make her.
I already asked her.
You could be there with her, Brittany.
Huh? Yeah, no, she's gonna do it. She needs to. Her story is gonna help somebody, and I'm gonna emphasize that. You know, and she'll come around.
It's even just therapeutic to get your story out there. You know what I mean? Even to tell it. Like, I feel like sometimes it's important to tell your story, you know? Okay, guys, I'm so excited. And thank you guys for being my guest. We're going to be signing off now. Thank you for everybody that's watching. And I'll send you guys a copy once I get done, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye. Thank you, Rihanna. Bye.
Thanks, Brittany. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.